What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back in for another episode review of Insecure. Okay, this is season. Oh, I about to say season one. No, this is season three, episode three, Backwards Life. Okay, so this episode, I will admit that it didn't really give me much. Okay, it felt like a little filler, a little bit, but it was fine. Had some few points that I want to touch on. Okay, so that let's just touch on this whole. I'm not gonna touch on every goddamn thing because it really wasn't worth everything. But once again, this episode is dealing with Issa. We see Molly and we see Daniel, the three main stooges at this point. It was really nice to see the girls back together: Issa, Molly, and Tiffany and Kelly. Kelly is a fucking hoop, bitch. That bitch is hilarious as hell. I don't care what nobody say. That she's my spirit animal, okay? Because she be saying the stuff that I be thinking half the time, you know. And let's just get into this video. The episode starts off with Issa and Daniel in the same bed. Now, see, last week, because she said her back was hurting on that couch, Daniel offered that, you can go ahead and sleep in my bed because I'm not going to be there and all this stuff, whoop-de-woo. So I'm thinking it's just going to be on the basis where he's not there, she sleep in the bed with, in his bed. Okay, fine. I see nothing wrong with that. But no, this episode starts off, they're both in the bed. Next thing you know, they're talking, okay? They're talking about how, he got the best pillow and she eating Flaming Hots in the bed and, you see the crumbs and all that shit. Next thing you know, he was like, what else is on your heart and shit like that. He asking questions, they talking, and he started kissing her. They started kissing each other. Next thing you know, he going down on Issa. We see hard nipples and everything. I said, oh, bitch, it's about goddamn time. It's about goddamn time. Y'all get this shit in. Yes. Okay. And then at the moment when he gave her them flaming hots, I said, bitch, this is a goddamn dream. This is a goddamn dream. I just knew. I said, bitch, you finna bust your nut with some flaming hots in the bed. Okay, you do what you gotta do. Wake the fuck up, bitch. Okay. So next thing we see, they really did have this conversation, but it didn't end that way. They didn't have sex at that moment. But my whole thing is, why are you sleeping in the bed with this man that you have sexual and emotional affection for? You know what I'm saying? You want this man sexually, you want this man emotionally, you want him on a whole nother plane, y'all. You want to have a relationship, but you're trying to deny yourself of the feelings that you have. Both of y'all doing that shit, and it's getting on my goddamn nerves because I'm sitting here like, why don't y'all just fucking fuck, okay? Because we know it's coming. We know it's goddamn coming. Then we get Issa and Molly at the groomers, and once again, Molly is trying to be the voice of reason. Like, how the fuck are you living in this house with this man and you thinking about going with, not going to the little project, managing the apartments that she got. She thinking that she should stay a little bit longer, but it was like, no, go ahead and look at the apartment so that you can get a job and get your own space, okay? And I feel as though Issa just in over her head, especially after we saw the preview for the next week's episode when that girl came to the door talking about something. It's squirrels in the wall. They having babies and shit. Come do it. Come fix it or whatever. We later do see Issa going on because the project manager, the apartment complex manager, whoever it is, the head of it, who's doing the hiring, he called Issa back last week and said they wanted her to do an interview. Okay, they like what they saw. They wanted her to do an interview. She's getting shown around the whole thing, and she's like into it, but she lying at the same time because he was like, "Have you ever had some have you ever had some experience, dealing with the apartments and management and managing apartments and stuff like that?" She was like, "Yeah." When he said, "Bitch, you got to come out here and control and fix the mailbox and all this shit and make sure everything is in order," I said, "Look at that mess. What the fuck is going on?" Okay, they She was like, where the fuck the trash at? Trina and 2A or something like that, but don't talk about her because she got some issues. I said, well, bitch, you just called her trash, okay? You literally just called her trash. And she looking at the apartment, and the apartment regularly goes for $1,500. And I said, $1,500 for that little shit? Okay? That's more than what I pay for my mortgage here at this house. All right? That's $1,500, and this is a 4-bedroom. Okay, 4 fucking bedroom, 2 baths. Okay, what the fuck? For less than that, and you gonna want to pay $1,500 for that little ass fucking apartment, bitch? It look like probably Section 8 is probably running all through there. That's the only way that y'all get y'all bills paid and shit like that. The rent paid and all that shit. I just couldn't see it. I was just like, $1,500, and he said, well, since you will be the project manager, it's part time or whatever, you'll get to live here 700 or 750, a month or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, all right. And so what the fuck you gonna do? At this point, it's like being the manager of an apartment, you have to be on call all times of day. Okay, anything can happen. Whereas with plumbing, electrical, wirings and all that shit, anything can happen, and you need to be on call all day. So how the fuck she gonna do that with her job at We Got Y'all? You know what I'm saying? You gonna take off, and when somebody call you and saying that the toilet is clogged up, you gonna come down there when you probably in the middle of a meeting or something like that. Like, how is she can barely juggle her life as it is. How's she gonna juggle these 2 jobs? Okay, like Daniel said, you got this job, you got the apartment management job if you want to do that, plus the lift thing. The lift thing is a hobby where you can turn that shit on and off. Okay, so that's really nothing. That's if she just need some pocket change to go get her something to eat. Okay, from a fast food place or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling her about this whole thing, what was going on with him, because they went to go. They went to the laundromat. Issa's putting her clothes in the dryer. That lady came to her dryer knowing damn well that was not her dryer, knowing damn well the one her clothes, trying to steal clothes. And she was like, oh, they're my clothes. She was like, oh, for real? I'm sorry, baby. Went to the next one and her face changed like, God damn, bitch. And then next thing you know, we see this dude was like, yo, who took my clothes? See, that's why, I don't leave my shit unoccupied or whatever, no matter what it is. Because, niggas out here stealing, bitches steal too. Okay? But Daniel was talking about the whole thing that he had with whatchamacallit. He met up with Khalil and he played him a track or whatever, and it was, sampling this Nordic sound from this Nordic Iceland group or whatever, the chorus, the rock chorus from the the music or whatever. And then he was like, that's cool, but Spider like drums and stuff. He likes his drum and his bass loud, so you need to cut that down just a little bit and bring the drums up or whatever. So they redid it, and of course I understood what Daniel was feeling in that moment. Daniel is out here trying to be a producer that is trying to put his music out there, not what somebody else wants. He wants to be put on for his sound, okay? And not the sound that you want. He wants somebody to take a chance and listen to his music and to be like, yeah, I can fuck with this. I can put my lyrics to it. I can do all this shit to it. Not me trying to make a sound that's catering to you or falling in the same path and same pattern of what you already been doing, okay? And that's what he felt. And people are sensitive about their shit, especially when it comes to, what they create and what they, produce or whatever. They don't want nobody touching it up or whatever because they already think that it's good enough. And then you have somebody else come in and try to, jazz it up a little bit, and it's basically telling you that, you're not that good, okay? This ain't what it is. But Khalil knew what the client wanted, and he's trying to get him in there to get this hit or whatever off of Spider because he knows how Spider is and he knows what he wants. So he was like, this guaranteed to get you put on. They go to the studio, and instead of playing him Khalil's track that he redid, he plays his first track. Spider liked it, but then when they played Khalil's track, he liked it as well, but I think he liked the drums a little bit more. He got a little bit more amp. Did you hear when he told her boy, you over there watching This Is Us, bitch? I can't wait till This Is Us come back, okay? I can't wait till that shit. That's when my emotions come out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I save all my tears for This Is Us, okay? It is what it is. But moving on from that, they trying to figure out which one he wanted, and at that process, he couldn't figure out which one he wanted, either the original track or Khalil's track. And Khalil was like, "That's cool enough, but I got another track you can fuck with in the meantime." And so he just didn't, he's upset about that whole thing. And him and Issa go out to eat. And at one point, Issa is trying to give him some advice, and he was like, "What the fuck do I look like trying to take career advice from somebody like you? Like, you don't know what you're passionate about. You don't know nothing. Like, Issa was there trying to give thanks to him and all that shit. And I think she even said that she was going to move out. He keep on saying, I don't want you to move out because I like you being here and all this stuff. And then in the same breath, you tell her, bitch, you shaved the fuck out of her. Like, Issa know that she ain't shit right about now. You ain't have to throw that shit up in her face. She was like, oh, so is that how you really feel? That's kind of fucked up. Which it was. And then at the end of the episode, we see them in the bed. And I said, after a fight like that, y'all really gonna be sleeping in the bed together, and y'all with y'all backs to each other and all that shit. Neither one of y'all sleep, because everything that was said at that lunch is still lingering in the air. And I'm just like, what the fuck finna happen? At this point, I said, go fuck that shit out. Fuck it out, fuck it out, fuck it out. I said, y'all done moved from the couch to the goddamn bed together. Okay, that is the next step. Go ahead and fuck it out. Get that frustration out. I said, Issa, you ain't even got to talk to this nigga no more. Just let him get that nut off and then bounce, okay? Be like, deuces, bitch, I got an apartment now, okay? Fuck what you mean. You know, so he was like, I'm sorry for everything that I said. That was just me still being upset with the Khalil situation and everything. I kind of took it out on you. And was like, okay, whatever. She was like, just laying there. Next thing you know, he turned around and he's like spooning her. I said, what the fuck? And she let him. She never moved. She never moved. Okay, he pulled her sleeve up and kissing the sleeve and stroking her back and shit. Next thing you know, he go down, they kiss, they get on top. Well, he get on top, he go down, he trying to let her bust or whatever. I said, go ahead. This is what we've been waiting for. We knew this shit was finna happen. Go ahead and fuck it out, fuck it out, fuck it out. Get that chocolate man. Right when he was about to try to make her bust, give her some head or whatever, she was like, nah, stop. Because he was like, you like that? And she was like, you know what? Stop, stop. I said, Issa, God damn it. At least let him get your nut off first and then be like, get at least one nut off and then just say, okay, stop. Okay, stop. This ain't right. This I don't feel this right now. Okay, but you showing up came, you felt it then. Yeah, but right by now I don't feel it. Okay, so no. Issa gotta fuck it up and just be like, no, this ain't right. I said, oh, Jesus Christ. If you can't get one thing in your life right, get a nut right. Okay, that's all I'm saying. God damn. God damn, you got the human nut machine right there, okay? Both of y'all use each other. I just be wanting people to just be going to bed with smiles on their faces, okay? Who the fuck sleeps in the bed with somebody that they got feelings for and don't try to fuck? Okay, I just don't understand that, because I wouldn't be able to do that. Hell, I don't do that now, okay? What the fuck? If I'm sleeping in bed and some bitch, we fucking, okay? I'm a, mm, mm. Let me shut the fuck up. This ain't Ashley After Dark. Bitch, fuck that. If I'm sleeping in the bed next to you, we both got feelings for each other and we cuddled up on each other. 9 out of 10, we fucking that night, okay? It happens every fucking time, alright? So, like, who does that? I don't understand. Anyway, moving on from that. That's how the episode ended. I said, Lord, Issa just making problems upon problems upon problems. Mind you, let's not even forget about what's going on at her job, okay? What's going on at her job. But first, let's talk about when they all came together, okay? Issa, Molly, Tiffany, and Kelly. They was basically talking about how their situations are changed, and Molly out here complaining about her job. Molly is complaining about her job and how, everything seemed kind of like prehistoric at her job. And why is it that when black folks get stuff, it look like bottom of the barrel stuff? We struggling to get ahead and shit like that. And we look lesser than the other counterparts. And, just being very judgmental. And I couldn't stand the fact that she got into this new position at this, well, I don't know if she's a partner, but she's a top lawyer at this new law firm. It's all black or minority based, I should say, because one of the guys said he wasn't a black guy. It looked like he was Hispanic, Mexican, or something like that, Latino. And she was just complaining, like, I guess she was taken aback about the fact that they didn't have a DocuSign service that can make things go, simpler and easier. They still had couriers that comes at 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon, and then 5 o'clock. And then, they didn't have a out service storage area. They had to put the stuff in her office or whatever. And one of the partners or whoever they was waiting for to be in the meeting comes later because he has to take a call, so they wait on him. And she made a joke about being OCB time, color folks time, and all that shit. And she's complaining to her girls about how everything's just seems so late and delayed. And it's like nothing satisfies Molly. And they had to tell that bitch that too. Like, girl, first you talking about how you don't get the same amount of pay at the other law firm. It's too white, it's too this, it's too that. Now you go to one that's more so about, your African American folks is predominantly black. You thinking you're gonna be cool. Now you complaining about that. And it's like, girl, what the fuck do you want? Okay? And it be like that sometimes. Especially like, it kind of put me in the mind frame when you want to support black businesses, but then it always feel like either they a little bit late, and then people be like, that's why I don't even do this, because I go to other people, I go to the white folks and I go to this folks because they do shit on time and they this and they that. I get where she coming from, but it's like you haven't even given it a chance enough to even see if you can fit in or like it, before you start downing the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And even Kelly said that, but then Kelly said, but she do got a white accountant, okay? When Tiffany was giving her little example, and Tiffany was just, when they was like, table for 4.5, and she said, bitch, you gotta keep going on this shit for another 12 months. Issa was like, hell, what the fuck? That don't. The math wasn't adding up. Then they sit at the table and they talking about Issa's situation, and she was saying how she was thinking about staying with Daniel a little bit longer. And Kelly was like, so yeah, you finally doing something to earn those privileges, huh? You fucking and all that shit. And it was like, I think I should stay. They was like, no. So you just gonna recourse a bitch? Yes. You dumb bitch. Move out. When Kelly said, you dumb bitch, I said, that's me. That's me. You dumb bitch, okay? Sometimes you gotta have that friend that's not gonna sugarcoat shit and just tell you what the fuck it is, okay? And that is Kelly, with a little bit of humor. It's coming from a place of love, but she just got to tell you what it is. But yeah, Molly, how do y'all feel like Molly is doing at this office? Is she doing too much too soon? Like, you complaining and you ain't even been there that long. It's just crazy. Then you got Issa at the little job fair that they're setting up because they need to hire. She told Joanne that it'd be better if they look like they hire some more people of color, like black folks. If we're talking about, helping black and brown people, we need more black and brown people in here. And so they do the job fair. Frida's excited because people are actually coming up there trying to see what's going on. They get lines and stuff, which surprises me. And Issa goes on her lunch break and she see these kids dancing. And it's this other organization who helps the kids, figure out and master their musical talents and introduces them to different forms of music and arts and stuff like that. And that's more so on Issa wavelength. She's into the music stuff, okay? And so she's captured and enamored by this, and especially the guy who's the head, and she's trying to talk to him. And, Frida kind of interrupts that. Then we see later on, after she gets through talking to the new hire, she wanted to know exactly how she felt. When Frida left the room, she was like, how do you exactly feel? You stay here for 5 years. And she was like, how these people are, yada, yada, yada. And so, how you have to put on an act sometimes for them or whatever. Then we see Issa, because that is true. Unfortunately, that's true. You act like you really enjoying the shit. You're really not. You just there for a fucking paycheck half the time. And we see her not really being fulfilled. We know Issa don't really love what she do at We Got Y'all. And that's why she's looking at this whole, that other place where the kids was dancing there with the music, and she's checking that out. Like, that might be an opportunity to go over there and see what that's about. But once again, it's Issa doing too much. Issa's the type of person that's not organized in her life to be doing all this stuff, and she's just gonna fuck around and fuck her shit up herself. But basically, that was Insecure. If I missed anything, put it down on in the comments. You know, some people are saying they don't like the season so far. I like the season. What did y'all expect it to be? It can't be the same, okay? It's this real life shit. You know, you moving on and you trying to figure the shit out. Y'all, some of y'all still harping on Lawrence. Get the fuck over it, okay? Get the fuck over it. Hopefully they come back for a season 4, and I'm gonna still be here to support it. So it is what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all feeling. I'll see y'all later. Peace.